What's going on, Patroneers? So I have some stuff. I have one stuff. I've got a bunch of little bits of said stuff, and what I don't have is all of the light in my possession. It's like I did not have the ability to light the way, as it were, out here, or to light my darkest hour. All these things are themed, okay? Because if you are gonna watch the other video that I haven't edited, anyway, I have a big robot. It's in this box. It says Merry Christmas. So this is the Studio 1. I don't actually know. Studios. It's the not Zeta, not Unicron. And the reason I say that is because Zeta announced this right in the middle of Hasbro attempting to get people to buy their Unicron. And it was at least at that point, significantly lesser price. Now that we know what the actual price is, it's really not that big of a price difference considering the overall size difference. Now, it does come in 2 parts because they had to keep it secret that way. So it comes in this box, which seemingly very unrelated. And then it comes with this, which says Armor MB08. So this appeared to be a part of just nothing. Actually, it ends up looking like a third-party add-on set, which is interesting. So, what we have in here is the rest of that with no instructions. So here's the problem. In their efforts of secrecy, they sort of left out some instructions. But this is the wings and the head of good old Unicron. So it does come with instructions. So it's got a big old instruction sheet here, like this. But it does not tell you 100% how to do things. So this tells you how to get him to, or at least the main body, to planet mode, and you just reverse the instruction to go otherwise. Yeah, see, there's no instructions for that part, which is annoying. Oh, I need my knife. So, in their efforts of secrecy, they sort of leave some stuff out. So we got one of the kind of mouth parts, which becomes a shoulder shield, which is kind of funny. I think with the exception of his feet, I believe he's in robot mode already. I think his feet just need to be tweaked to get him to final position. But this guy, well, that's on the outside. I was like, why would that come out? It's on the outside of the bag. So he's got this faceplate thing here. So I think he has, if I remember correctly, he's got opening jaws, and then you can have that. It also doubles as a stand part later as well. And this is what people would call an MP version, whereas a lot of people would refer to the Hasbro one as a chug, and I believe it. And it's not so much a scale issue in this case as it is a it's definitely a quality thing. So here's the scary part. This is a solid translucent piece that's painted. Also feels dusty, I guess. Maybe that can't be a mold release. Okay, so I didn't really show it off, but this is our Unicron. So there's a weird thing about him, and that is he's essentially symmetrical front to back. So front to back, side to side, he's symmetrical. His hands being the only exception, I believe. And the legs, I guess, too. So the legs indicate the front section. So he has a sort of alternate robot mode. That's what this is. I expect to be just some kind of random robot. Let's see, where's the tape? Must find the tape. Oh, and he also comes with his energy cones. And you know, given the Studio 86 stuff that I've got going right now, actually kind of having a Unicron on hand is cool. Because there's no way I was going to be able to afford... Actually, I say no way. I had the money, technically, to buy the Hasbro Unicron, but convincing the wife to let me do it was impossible. At this point, she looks the other way when I buy big things. So, also, just to cover it, this guy's $400 with both pieces. I think at one point his pre-sale was lower than that, and then the price went up. So it's almost like, I think it was something supposed to, they originally advertised it as being like $250, which was absurd from the get-go, and which is why Hasbro shut them down. Hasbro said, and with the exception of like Show Store Z, no one was allowed to sell this thing, at least from Zeta. And then after that, it showed back up with a brand new name and a company that has never existed before, with all unofficial looking stuff. Okay, so this is how the mouth slash pieces here work. Just four pegs, 4 holes, and hope you don't scrape the paint. There we go. Not to mention you're plugging a translucent part into a translucent part. And then he has these little plug adapter dealies, so let me get that out. I'm going to get his main robot mode here. So I guess it's cool that he comes in this mode, because if you're not very savvy, and he does not have an easy transformation. It looks something like 45, 50 steps. He's not horrendous, but from watching reviews, watching people struggle with it, I'm scared, if I'm honest with you. In fact, I might not even transform it on this video. I'm going to go over him. I'm going to get him set up for sure in his Unicron mode. Okay. So there's a nice ratchet there. So he does have a torso ratchet. Okay, he's got little foam bits here to protect pointy stuff. So one thing he does have, whoa, I just realized his legs are extendy. Is that it? Okay. So, like that. Is that how you lock it in? Okay. And then I need this to insert into that. That's not the easiest thing in the world. Get his kneecaps together. Now, I'll tell you this, for the Toy World and Zeta thing that I do own, being the two combiners, he does feel like that. Very similar plastic feel. Okay, that's how you get the kneecap into place. You gotta get it all the way in there. So, if you can't see what I'm doing, these actually inset the hair, which is interesting. And then you squeeze it and adjust it shut, like that. Wow, okay. Now his feet, oh yeah, he's got the pointy toes, like that. And then you can adjust the sides however you need to. The heel spur comes back. So his feet do work. Oh, that is super stiff. That's good. That's real good. Now, one thing I don't know, offhand, I don't believe he can, or he doesn't have, I should say. I was sort of not finishing my thought there, sorry. I don't believe he has any kind of, is there a hinge? Where's that? Because that one's going flat. Maybe that's the foot, it's not all the way out or something. Something about this panel. Oh, it wasn't up all the way. Okay. So, got his foot flat. So, He is very similar to the Hasbro one in the fact that he is a shell former. He is just nothing but panels. Yep. So we got full-on Hanses right there. Yeah, so he's full-on panel former, but he's way cleaner. Now, it's interesting to think that considering this came out, they showed this guy off in the middle of Hasbro showing off theirs and trying to cross the finish line, which means they had this already engineered. They teased the head, and then they started showing off everything. Wow, those hands are actually really good. So realistically, and I hate to admit it, they one-upped Hasbro. Now, none of the engineering is the same from what I can tell. He probably doesn't transform anywhere near the same. Oh, let's see this one. His feet aren't going to function that well due to how that works. Okay, so I don't think he can stand flat footed at all. So he does have an ankle rocker, but this... Oh, got it. Drop the foot down, then you can get some movement. Good. What do you want it to be? Got it. Okay, so I didn't know it had a double ankle rocker. That is a heavy ratchet, man. There we go. Okay. So that's good. That's real good. Okay, so I can get him to stand. The hard part I thought he was not going to do, I thought he was not going to do an A stance. Okay. So that's good. Let's get his foot flat. So that's that. Now the toes, so his side toes, as they are in the way. So that's going to be hard. I can't get his legs even here. So if I turn one out, turn the other out, I got to get him in a slightly staggered stance, like that. That works. It's weird though. Like he's definitely off kilter. Oh, the heel spurs are a little different. Get that there. Get the feet. The feet. Got some stutter. Yeah, posing him is gonna be a bitch. All right, so these things. Let's see here. I know this is supposed to plug into there. So I think the way this works is you put that peg through the middle and just plug this onto here. I believe is what you're supposed to do. Okay. So this is his definitely not Unicron mode, is what this is. This is his, I'm not Unicron, I'm Studio One Cell. I believe you use these same adapters for the wings later, so that's that. So this is what the original thing is. So, and he also came initially in two separate boxes. So the two boxes you saw are the two boxes. You had to buy it separately. Now, if you purchase it, you get both things together in the one sale, which is handy, obviously. Okay, so these feet are a huge pain. Okay, and that ankle. Okay, so the ankle, that's as flat as that can go. Go a bit wider, Okay, so you can stand. That's good. Okay, and like I said, I don't know that I'm going to attempt to transform this boy, because I know it's complicated. There's a big horn of confusion. So here's the other thing. They don't tell you how to get him to complete Unicron mode. So they leave it for you to buy two separate pieces that technically aren't supposed to go together and determine exactly how they go together. Yeah, that's their way around Hasbro. So somehow this worked. Now the thing is, all Zeta had to do was wait until the Hasbro sale was done. But unfortunately, they didn't. They got greedy and they decided to throw out the market, and then they could not release this for months after the Unicron sales were closed. And would a lot of people have canceled their Hasbro Unicrons? Maybe. I don't know. But this is the difference between the Hasbro size-wise. I mean, Hasbro's is going to be what? Something like 29, 30 inches tall. You know, in the size of a basketball in planet mode. So I think a lot of people are going to get this one for robot mode and that one for planet mode. Now his wings are kind of cool. They look like that. Yeah. This is a hinge down here. Feels like there's a chunk missing though. I mean, it's just how they all piece together later. It does have a hinge here. So that plugs in on the shoulder butthole there. It seriously looks like it. Anyways. And so that's a little bit different to have the wings attached not to his back but to his arms. I don't know if that's Unicron's actual design, but still cool. And realistically, as it stands, pun intended, I don't know how I'll display this guy. I was anticipating keeping him in bot mode. I was going to put him on the top shelf of the Besta. Now I'm kind of wondering, but I'm not sure. Also, like I said, with the legs, these are very much some Zeta thighs, for sure. The way those split there. He actually has a thigh break for a little bit of extra room. Super, like, posability and detail are going to be the thing of this one. The Hasbro is going to have size. That's just basically going to be it. This one also does light up. I'm trying to remember what kind of batteries he takes. Can't see. I think it says. I mean, I've got so many types of batteries. I'm sure I can find it. Yeah. But, you know, the head is cool. You know, just got a little button back here. And not only does his eyes light up and stuff, he's got this weird little that lights up there. So when you have him in planet mode, this is actually inside the mouth. So they actually have the light beam coming out from the mouth. So it's actually very, very cool. I mean, the mouth opens like that. You know, and you can always have this floating around. That's something that the Hasbro absolutely will have that is just phenomenal. Just the busted head mode, the ability to change stuff out, the head itself being whatever. I think it does say, I mean, it says ground. It'd be super useful if they told you what batteries they were. I'm going to have to double check with somebody because I want that to be able to light up. It's just freaking cool. Now, to get him into proper Unicron mode. Oh, by the way, these are alternate arm pieces. So if you want the bits of his forearms here, so if you want those to be blue instead of orange, it comes with all those pieces, and I believe the tops of the shoulders. I could be wrong. I'm trying to figure. Okay, so these are forearms. Those are the alternate forearms, and these are, I believe these are front and back of his shoulders. There are four of them? Yeah. So you can swap out his arms to be dark or orange. I realize it's kind of silly to have this. But alternate color parts is cool. You also get a buttload of screw covers. So there's that. There is the ability. It does tell you how to do the not the screw holes, but it does tell you how to swap the forearms. All these pieces just kind of snap on and off. So I guess it just depends. I think in planet mode, I think is really what that's for. I think in this mode, this is how he's supposed to look ultimately. He's freaking cool, even though he's incomplete at the moment. All right, so let me pull these stupid shoulder things off. At the moment, knew that was gonna happen. Okay, so pull those off, and like I said, in planet mode, that can become a false or a kind of fake front to do that, and it also turns into a base for planet mode, so you can actually set this underneath the planet mode and give it a little riser. So that's one thing that the Hasbro does better, because it comes with a dedicated stand. This comes with a themed stand, for lack of a better term. Gotta slowly work it out. Come on. I know you're almost there. There we go. That one came up nice. Wingos. Scared. Super scared. Also, little pointy things all over. From watching Bobby Skullface review this and get it out of the box and everything like that, one of the first things he did while handling it was break off a few of those bits and pieces. So you gotta be careful. So that's pretty cool. Look at that. And I guess this can hinge up. You can disconnect it a little bit, give him a little bit more oomph, sort of. I don't know. I think this is the problem I have with the Gundam Age 2, because it also has wings mounted to its shoulders. It makes it very stupid. He's gonna look really cool though. Okay. Okay, so straighten that out. Plug it in. Be careful of all the plastic pointy bits. And it's not so much to be worried for your own, like, hand might get poked. It's literally that you're probably going to snap it off. Oh, that's interesting. This is a different orange up here. Okay, the other thing is the forearms come... The forearms all have little hinges and stuff like that. And comes with a buttload of spikes on runners here. So you can apply those however you need to. Except there's no instructions. As far as I can tell, there's no instructions for applying those little spikies. And they are made to fold away, like, or fold flat at very least. As far as I can tell, there are no instructions for that. The instructions themselves, I don't even think show them at all. Because some of them are diagonal, like these are on a diagonal. Some of them are little straight ones. So I literally don't know what's supposed to go where. I think there's a couple other spots as well, or maybe it's just entirely on the forearms. Maybe it's just a thing. He does have two different oranges. So he's got this orange here, and then that's painted orange. Nice. Okay. So that's good. So here's the thing. Let's work on this. Okay, I know this is supposed to come apart. I just don't know how. Okay, so that's coming apart. Let's see. Probably easier to open that up. Okay, so now that plugs into that. Okay, so that is where it was. So to accentuate his collar, as it were, you want to flip that up. Use the big old double hinge that's inside that, and kind of swing this back. It's very tweaked. So his problem shoulders in the way. So that's... I don't know how you do that. I feel like the shoulders should come out. So I know that's supposed to come back. And that's supposed to come back. That's unfortunate. Hold on. Okay, so something's not right. Okay, so these have to come back around here and fill out the rest of the collar, as it were. So how do you get it there? I do think the shoulder is supposed to extend out. There we go. Okay. I could see it, I just couldn't do it. And those are metal. So they are paying attention to what they're supposed to do. Okay, so let's bring this back here. I don't think those are meant to stay up. Maybe they fold flat. See, that one can go flat. Okay, now you can go inside. Okay, so you just, I'm done. Now I don't think those are meant to meet. No, they can't. Okay, so that's just to get the collar back and out the way so that you can apply the head. Now the head does just have a peg, so that's pretty simple. Like so. And there we go. You have the Zeta, not Zeta, Studio One, not Unicron in his robot mode. And not gonna lie, it's pretty badass. Like, I didn't take a ton of effort to convince to buy this. Now, if it came down to this or the Hasbro at the same price, the Hasbro would be worth it for size alone. That's just it. I also try to remember if his belly lights up. Like, he's got these clear translucent belly pieces. I don't remember if those light up. Also, not part of the instructions. If you notice, instructions aren't the biggest thing on there. Roster. Oh, cool. He actually has some the lower knee rotates, so you can actually get a little bit more clearance there without having to go too wonky. Though I'm a little bit reticent on the fact that the only way that the shin and everything drops down and is held in place is just by that one piece of armor being pushed in a little. So it's a little bit weird, a little bit weak. So you can see he's sort of leaning to one side. It leads me to believe that one leg is not fully extended. Actually, hold on. Oh, it's not that it's not fully extended, it's just because that. Okay, so let me rotate at the hip. Whoa. Accidentally pushed his hip skirt down. Try to get him to stand flat as possible. That's not 100%, but he's pretty good. I digs it. He looks good. Feels good. I mean, like, obviously, tiny plastic bits are going to be scary. I am super scared to attempt to transform him. He's like... because I'm worried that it's going to be like a one-way transformation. You know what I mean? But that being said, he is really cool. Now, you are left with these bits if you don't, you know, if you're not using them right off the bat. I don't believe there's any kind of storage or anything for these in the end run. Also, you know, it comes with all these screw hole covers. I guess all the blue ones are for the legs. That's what it looks like. Yeah. Ow. That was a hard sneeze. Thanks to anyone who said bless you. And if you didn't say bless you, are you raised in a barn? And then the orange, there's a varying degree of orange screw hole covers. So that's weird. Oh, I guess those are for the thighs. Oh, okay, I see what's up. I see what's up, Unicron. Unicron. But I think it's a very cool thingy. My biggest worry is, so he comes with the screwdriver, like just a nice little flathead screwdriver. My worry is there anywhere that I have to use that. You know what I mean? Or is it just here to help me push stuff in? Because the battery stuff is all easy to get to. See, this is the problem when they don't give you all the instructions. Because they're trying to be all secretive and shit. Okay, maybe the screwdriver is just to help you push this stuff in. So I'm gonna do this real quick. Let's see here. Let's see if I can move the camera to a more effective location here. Maybe, maybe not. Instructions can go over here. Scared. Okay. So I've got smaller blue ones. Oh, maybe they're all the same. Let me look. Yeah, because if you may not be able to push those all the way in without a screwdriver. That would make sense. Are they all flat? Looks like so. Okay, oh, now come back here. Okay, so there are 8 blue ones. There appear to be 8 blue holes. Are all of the dashes pushed sideways? Yes. Okay, so it's not just for that, but it's also to keep them aligned, because in the holes they're going into, they need to be facing a certain way. Okay. Well, that one didn't go in all the way. That might take some... Okay, that one went in. So that's good. Okay, let's see here. There it goes. Okay. Had to push with a little bit more force. Come. No, there we go. It's an unflattering angle, but you know what? It is what it is. So here's the interesting thing. The legs are identical. They're not mirrored. And the same thing for the arms. So by making all the parts the same, they, balls. That went to the floor. They obviously save on production, which is a good idea, obviously. Okay, so let me try to get that in the spot, and then I'll work on it. There we go. Though, here's the part that I've always had a little bit of a niggle with, as it were. If they give you screw hole covers, why are they not just put in? Like, from the factory? Wait, are they all the same depth? I think so. Because that one didn't go in all the way. Okay, so rotate this guy. Flat. Push it in. Yeah, see, that one's not going in all the way. That's weird. Alright, let's try the other leg. A little bit easier access here. Okay, hold on. The same one. There we go. It's going to be a little bit difficult to push in. Okay, this one's got a lot of flashing. Let's just save ourselves some hassle. Get rid of that. Whoa. Okay. Let's see if there's the same depth issue there. Don't know. Stay. Yep, it just doesn't go in all the way. It just sits flush. Instead of going in like the rest of them, those just sit flush. That's okay. Come on. Ah! Come on. Alright. So, get in there. Come on. Come on. No. There we go. I wish I could show exactly what I'm doing, but it is what it is. Just imagine a blue peg going into a blue hole. That's exactly what I'm doing. Okay. Now I have a few orange covers. Where's my camera? So that's there. From what I could tell, those go in that thigh hole right there. Do I have several of these? Got 4. Do I need 4? No, looks like I only need the 2. Unless there's other holes formed, I don't know what they are. Are they the same? Maybe not. These look slightly smaller. Weird. Is there going to be a slightly smaller hole to insert? I'm assuming this is the big one. Good thing I have a sharp knife here. Not that I really need much more of a sharp knife with the big old cut I already have on my finger. Okay, so let's see if this is the right one. No? What? That doesn't make sense. It's literally the right diameter and stuff. That's strange. Okay, let's try the other one. I don't think there's... Okay, so one's shallow, one's deep. Oh, is that what it is? Wait, doesn't make sense. What would that do? Okay, so there's a deeper diagonal hole on here somewhere. I have no idea. But that's what happened there. Okay. Clean that up. Go inner thigh. Inner thigh? I barely know it. Okay. Ah, here we go. I got it. I got it. It's the inside here. Upper, top of the hip. Nice. At this point, we're just looking for holes. I'm gonna assume it's under this butt cheek. Yes, it is. For once you get to see me put it in. Okay, that's dirtier than I meant it to be. I apologize. Flat side up. Yeah. Can't see. Like functioning by the camera here. Hold on. Got it. Okay. Now, there should be a buttload of shallow ones that go over the arms. Ooh, some have detail work, some do not. That's interesting. Some are very unique shapes as well. Like it's a round hole, but like a kind of squarish outside. Then you got these guys who are like super shallow, which I assume go here. Usually it's easy to tell because they'll fill in a very specific hole. Like this one has the little slot on it, and that should go at a weird diagonal. Like that. Yep, okay. And then I think this goes here. Oh yeah. 100%. 100%. As Bert would say. I think these flat ones don't go there. I think these guys go here to some degree. Like that. Or is it one of this? One of these. That looks correct. That is a super shallow plug. If that's how that goes. Or it goes like this. But then that spot there doesn't make sense. Hold on. Once again, let's go look. I guess I have to find the other holes too that I don't know where they are. Okay, so that should look like that. Do I have one that looks like that? I don't think these are side specific. Doesn't look to be. Okay, let's take care of the rest of the ones that I can identify, and we'll come back. There's probably more plugs on the legs that I can't see. Yeah. Had to double check. It's a little off, but it's okay. And I don't think it's not going to be the holes on there, so it's got to be somewhere else. Okay, and then, ooh, almost dropped it. This one definitely goes up here. Go around the little armband. That makes sense. So I've just got these pieces left over. And it's got a somewhat flat side, but mostly round cover. It's weird. So there's got to be something I'm missing. Okay, so let's just... So this is the one right here. That's the one in question. Which one of these is the right plug? Because that's at a diagonal, which leads me to believe it would go in. Funny. See, this makes me believe that this might cover that hole in. But that doesn't make much sense, given the other side of it. It has a flat side, but... It fits, but I don't know if that's the right one. I need to find the other holes. Those are there. Nothing down here. Under here. It could be. There's a small hole, but that's a peg hole. That's a different story. And perhaps it's in planet mode? And it's not for those holes, obviously. Those aren't screw holes. See, that plug works, but it doesn't look right. And just because it fills the hole doesn't mean it's the one that's supposed to go in. Annoying. So that means the part that I'm looking for is likely inside. So let me go in his chest and find out. Okay, hold on. Wait, do they rotate out of the way? That's what it's trying to show you. That they just up and rotate out of the way. How is that possible? And that's the front. Yeah, it's got to be something that I can't access yet. But then I'm still unsure about the one that goes there. Because these look super specific. And it looks like it goes there, but I don't think it's meant to. If I put it there, it ain't gonna come back out though. That's my worry. Oh yeah, that's definitely not it. It's almost it, I can tell you that, and it's... Unless it's meant to be layered. Which would be weird. Like here, put this one in first and then put this one in. Okay, so... Given that I don't believe that's a possibility, I'm going to say that these were meant for here. It fits perfect. I don't even think that one goes in there. Yeah, it's not even a flat side to it. Okay, so that's good enough for me to determine. It's a little bit weird. Doesn't exactly fit, but, you know, whatever. And by that I mean, not that it doesn't fit the whole, that it doesn't fit the aesthetic. Most of the time it's filling in the exact aesthetic. So, I'm having a problem here. Oh. I gotta lift up and then down. Okay. Oh, here we go. Found it. The doors in here have screw hole covers. Okay. But which one goes where? Presumably the shallow one goes right here. Oh, maybe not. It's definitely screw hole covers. Oh, that's all going to be on the inside, though. Like, I could see that. That doesn't even match the right plastic. Okay. So one thing that's cool about this is he has a whole fake computer core, for those who know. He has the whole like actual Unicron core up inside there, which is pretty cool. Alright, so let's raise this back up. So like you get the horns, no pun intended. Perhaps that's where they go, on the horns. Which totally makes sense now that I see the thing. Yep, right there. See, I told you it was a spot that I hadn't unearthed yet, or unicroned, as it were. Close enough. Yep. So it's pretty interesting how they store the horns in the torso. So the entire section here, so each horn passes through the body to the other side, which is kind of cool. It's really weird, but it's cool. Okay, so let's unhinge this guy. Try to. You got to do the same thing from both sides. Get that out of the way. There we go. The collar is actually in the way. I'm trying to figure out exactly how it's tabbed in. Okay. So it's tabbed in from the side here. It's annoying. Okay, so pull this guy out. Get to the other horn. Because it's not really a horn. It's the pincers. Okay. By the way, the new microphone is actually working out really well. I just have to adjust the sound to give it more bass, make it sound less flat, and then it actually works out really well considering that the dual microphones on the actual phone have essentially died on me. Oh, and so to make it really universal, both sides are identical. So, like, keep the same front and back, which is crazy in its own right. Okay, so let me see some of these towers, as it were. And I'm also fairly certain that, like, you unearth more of it when you get there. I don't know if there's a specific orientation to it. So let's see here. There are 4 of these and 4 of these per runner. How many are on each arm? There's 6 actual places for things to go. So I don't know. Oh, wait. These, there's only 6 of. So in theory, that's what we want to put there. And these are different. So presumably the forearms take those. Oh, there's 2 up here. Totally missed it. So right up here on the top of the shoulder, there's 2 per shoulder. Is there anything that there's just 2 of? No, not offhand. In theory, they're these. Don't know where else they go. Like I said, there's bound to be more places. Is that broken off? No. Okay, so aside from actually attempting to transform this guy, which will probably take me like an hour, this has already been an hour-long video, I think I'm gonna call it right there and study the instructions a bit. Let me see here. Let me get him back to just robot mode. So tuck that away like that. And see, the funny thing is, like, the horns pop through from the other side, which is cool in and of its own right. Okay, so I need to feed it through like that. Come on. It got hung up. There it goes. Okay. So you gotta pass it through just right, and then it cinches up on the other side, which is crazy. Like, how did they even come up with that? Okay, so this hinges in. It should plug in like that. Hinges in. Like, there's an uncomfortable amount of swing on that. Okay, so that's that. Fix the collar. That's cool. Okay. So these are on a ball joint and a double hinge situation. Just gotta make sure that that clears that clears that. And buckle that down. Hinges all clear. Tabs all clear. Good to go. Bring shoulders back up. All right. There we go. Unicron back in his destroyer mode. Freaking cool. Very freaking cool. Oh, I'm gonna hold it up. Alright, had to get the thumbnail. But I'll see you guys later. Thanks as always for your patronage. Holy crap.